Today, I'll show you how to create a rapid zoom effect in Premiere Pro. Select all the clips on your timeline, right-click, and choose Speed Duration. Set the duration to 6 frames for all selected clips. Then, go to the Sequence menu and choose Close Gaps to remove any spaces between the clips. Then, create an adjustment layer by right-clicking in the Project panel, selecting New Item, and choosing Adjustment Layer. Drag the adjustment layer above your first clip. Next, go to the Effects panel, search for Transform, and drag it onto the adjustment layer. With the adjustment layer selected, head over to Effect Controls and create a keyframe for scale at the beginning of the adjustment layer. Move the playhead ahead and increase the value to 120, then place the keyframe at the end of the adjustment layer. To add smooth motion, uncheck Use Compositions, Shutter Angle, and set the shutter angle to 180. This creates a beautiful motion blur that enhances the zoom. Finally, hold Alt and drag to duplicate the adjustment layer above the next clips. Repeat this step for all the cuts where you want the rapid zoom effect. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. I'll show you how to create this prism lens effect in Premiere Pro. To begin, I have my clip on the timeline. Head over to the Effects panel and search for Replicate. Drag and drop it onto your clip. By default, this will split your footage into 4 sections, but you can adjust it if needed. For this effect, I suggest keeping it at 2x2. Now, let's apply a mask to refine the effect. In the Effect Controls panel, choose the Ellipse Mask or use the Pen tool for a custom shape. This creates a circular cutout in the center. Click Invert Mask so that the original footage stays visible inside the circle, while the prism effect surrounds it. To blend it seamlessly, increase the mask feather to soften the edges and adjust mask expansion to properly frame your subject. If any harsh lines remain, you can manually refine the shape using the Pen tool for a more organic look. And that's all there is to it, a fake prism lens effect achieved with just a simple effect and some creative masking in Premiere Pro. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. I'm going to show you how to create this smooth text animation in Premiere Pro. To start, we need to add our text using the Type tool and adjust it to our liking, choosing the right font, size, and alignment for a polished look. Once we have the text in place, we'll apply the transform effect. This is crucial because it allows us to add motion blur, giving the animation a smooth and natural flow. Now, let's add movement to the text by setting position keyframes. Click on the stopwatch icon next to position to add a keyframe. We'll start with a small downward movement and then gradually bring it back to the original placement. Move the playhead 1 second ahead and reset the position. This will add another keyframe. To make the animation smoother, select the keyframes, right-click, Temporal Interpolation, Ease In, repeat the process, and select Ease Out. Now, we are going to adjust the speed graph to create a movement that starts quickly and then slows down smoothly. Open the velocity curves, drag the right handle to the left, and then drag the left handle up to the left. This subtle change makes all the difference in creating a high-quality text animation. Next, we'll animate the opacity, making the text fade in naturally to match the movement. Move the playhead couple of frames back and toggle the stopwatch icon next to opacity. Once you have done that, move the playhead back at the start and change the opacity to 0%. To make the animation smoother, select the keyframes, right-click, Ease In, repeat the process, and select Ease Out. And lastly, increase the shutter angle to 360 for motion blur. And that's it! If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more Premiere Pro editing tips. See you in the next one! Alright, today, I'm going to show you how to make your background move like this using the Replicate effect in Premiere Pro. First, drag your clip, photo, or logo onto the timeline. In my case, I'll be using the YouTube logo, but you can use whatever you like. Now, important step here, drag it onto layer 2 instead of layer 1. You'll see why in just a second. Next, we need to create a color matte for the background, whatever fits your style. But for this tutorial, I'll go with white since it makes everything pop. To do this, go to the Project panel, click New Item Color Matte, select your color, and drag it onto layer 1 below your logo or image. Now comes the fun part. Head over to the Effects panel and search for Replicate. Drag that onto your logo or image on layer 2, and boom! Your image is now duplicated across the screen. By default, Premiere will split it into 4 panels, but you can increase this number for a crazier look. Play around and see what works best for your project. I will put mine to 8. Next, let's bring the background to life by adding the offset effect. Search for offset in the effects panel and drop it onto your clip. Now, this is where the magic happens. Try adding keyframes to create a smooth looping motion. Here's how. Set a keyframe at the beginning of your clip. Move the playhead to the end, then adjust the value, either increasing or decreasing it, depending on which direction you want the background to move. It's totally up to you. Left, right, up, down, diagonal, whatever fits your style. But we're not done yet. For an even smoother animation, go to your effect controls. Find the keyframes you just added, right-click, and select Ease In and Ease Out. This will make the motion feel way more natural and polished. And just like that, you've got a dynamic, eye-catching animated background in Premiere Pro. Give this a shot and let me know how it works for you. Catch you in the next one! I'm going to show you how to create a 3D spinning logo in Premiere Pro. First, set the duration of your logo to 2 seconds on the timeline. Then, go to the Effects panel, search for Basic 3D, and drag it onto your logo. Next, open the Effect Controls panel. At the start of your clip, click the stopwatch icon next to Swivel to add a keyframe. Move the timeline slider to the end of the clip and set the swivel value to 360. This will make your logo spin a full rotation. To loop the effect, duplicate the clip on the timeline, and your 3D spinning logo will keep rotating seamlessly. And there you have it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I'll show you how to export a 4K video in Premiere Pro. First, go to the Sequence tab and click Sequence Settings. Make sure the frame size is set to 3840 by 2160, and click OK. Next, open the Export menu by clicking Export or pressing Ctrl+M on your keyboard. In the Export settings, rename your file and click the blue location link to choose where you want to save it. Under Format, select H.264, then expand the preset option and choose Match Source, Adaptive High Bitrate. Scroll down to Basic Video Settings and click More. Check both Render at Maximum Depth and use Maximum Render Quality. Finally, under Bitrate settings, ensure VBR1 pass is selected and set the target bitrate to 74. Once everything is ready, click Export to render your 4K video. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. I'll show you how to create this glass bar effect in Premiere Pro. Start by creating an adjustment layer. Right-click in the Project panel, go to New and select Adjustment Layer. Accept the default settings and click OK. Drag the new layer above your clip. Next, search for Transform in the Effects panel and drag it onto the adjustment layer. In Effect Controls, uncheck Uniform Scale. Set the scale height to 150, width to 30, and rotation to 25. Then, set the Transform scale to 130. Now, animate the effect. With the adjustment layer selected, move the playhead to the start of the clip. Click the stopwatch next to Position Under Motion and adjust the position values until the effect disappears off screen. Move the playhead 1 or 2 seconds ahead and increase the position values until the animation exits on the opposite side. To make the animation smoother, select the keyframes, right-click, Temporal Interpolation, Ease In, again Temporal Interpolation, Ease Out. Finally, duplicate the adjustment layer twice by holding Alt and dragging it up. And there you have it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I'll show you how to create a before and after wipe transition in Premiere Pro. Begin by placing the original clip on the bottom layer and the edited clip on the top layer. Ensure both clips are perfectly aligned. Move the playhead to the exact moment you want the transition to occur. Use Ctrl+K or Command+K on Mac to make cuts on both clips. Remove the start of the edited clip and the end of the original clip. Drag the remaining edited clip down next to the original clip on the timeline. Open the Effects panel and search for the wipe effect. Drag and drop the wipe effect onto the spot where the two clips meet. Select the wipe effect in the timeline and open the Effect Controls panel. Adjust the line size, color, and other properties of the transition as needed. And there you have it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. I'll show you how to add a border to your footage in Premiere Pro. First, add your video or photo to the timeline. Select it, then go to Effect Controls and reduce the scale slightly to reveal the edges of the frame. Next, select the Rectangle tool from the toolbar and draw a rectangle over your video. go to Window to ensure the Properties panel is enabled. In the panel, find Shape 01, uncheck Fill, and check Stroke. Choose your desired border color, then set the stroke alignment to inner or center for the best results. Adjust the stroke thickness as needed. To add rounded corners, increase the corner radius value. Be cautious not to overdo it, as it may expose the edges of your footage. Now, to match the video corners to the border, open the Effects panel and search for Roughen Edges. Apply this effect to the video layer. In Effect Controls, set the edge type to cut, edge sharpness to 10, and fractal influence to 0. Adjust the border value to round the video corners and align them with the border. To keep both the video and border in sync, extend the graphic layer to match the video's length. Then, select both layers, right-click, and choose Nest. Now, the border and video move as one unit, and that's it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. I'll show you how to create an outline text effect in Premiere Pro. First, select the Type tool, click on the Program Monitor, and type your text. In the Properties tab, adjust the font, size, and alignment as needed to fit your design. Next, go to the Appearance section. Disable the fill color and enable the stroke by checking the box and selecting a color for your outline. Now, return to your timeline and duplicate the text layer by holding Alt or Option on Mac and dragging the layer up. With the duplicated layer selected, go back to the Appearance section, enable the fill, and disable the stroke. With the second layer selected, go to the Effect Controls panel. Set a keyframe for the right crop at the start of the timeline and adjust it until the text is fully hidden. Move the playhead a few frames forward, then adjust the right crop so the text reappears smoothly. And there you have it. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to easily create a glowing text effect in Premiere Pro. Start by selecting the Type tool and adding your text. Adjust it in the Properties panel and ensure the fill is set to white. Next, open the Effects panel, search for Drop Shadow, and apply it to the text layer. In Effect Controls, set the shadow color to white, opacity to 50%, distance to 0, and softness to 50. Duplicate the drop shadow multiple times by pressing Ctrl+C and then Ctrl+V and adjust the top layer each time. Gradually increase softness to 100, 200, 400, and finally 800 for a smooth glow. Now, search for Tint in Effects. Apply it to the text and move it to the top of the effects stack. Map white to any color you want for a customizable glow effect. And that's it. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Today, I'm going to show you how to remove a white background in Premiere Pro. First, go to the Effects panel and search for Color Key. Drag this effect onto your clip. Then, head to Effect Controls. Find Color Key and use the dropper tool to click on any white area in the preview window. Then increase the color tolerance. If you notice imperfections around the edges of your subject, adjust the Edge Thin slider in Effect Controls to clean them up. You can also tweak Edge Feather for smoother transitions. If the imperfections persist, an alternative is to draw a mask. In Effect Controls, select the Pen tool under the Color Key effect and draw a mask around your subject, ensuring the background is excluded, then check Invert Mask to isolate the subject. Now, you have a clean, transparent background. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. I'll show you 2 easy ways to change the aspect ratio of a video in Premiere Pro. First, go to Sequence, then choose Sequence Settings. For example, to create a 9:16 social media format, change the frame size to 1080 by 1920. But after doing this, you'll need to adjust the scale and position of your clip to align your subject manually. For a faster option, highlight your clip and go to Sequence and choose Auto Reframe Sequence. In the menu, expand the target aspect ratio dropdown, choose the 9:16 format, and click Create. Premiere will automatically track and scale your subject for you. And that's it! Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. I'm going to show you how to create this Instagram-style text effect in just a few clicks. First, generate your text. If you don't know how, go to the Text panel, click Create Captions from Transcript, and copy the settings you see on screen. Once it's generated, highlight all captions and change the font and size as you wish. Now, go to Graphics and Titles, then select Upgrade Caption to Graphic. Once it's upgraded, highlight the text graphics. Right-click and choose Nest. This will group your text into a single layer. Now, with the nested clip selected, go to the Blend Mode option under Effect Controls and set it to Difference. Instantly, you'll see the stylish text effect that's popular on Instagram, and that's it! A sleek and trendy text effect in just a few steps. Let's do this dynamic text animation. Bring your clip onto the timeline. Now, grab the type tool and click on the program monitor to add your text. Type the first word of your title and position it wherever you like. Move the playhead forward a bit, then grab the razor tool by hitting C on your keyboard and split the text layer. Keep doing this until you've got about 7 small text chunks. Now, let's make each chunk unique. Select the first chunk, go to the Properties panel, and choose a font you like. For the next chunk, pick a different font. Repeat this for every chunk to create a fun, ever-changing font style. When you get to the last text chunk, choose the final font that best suits your design. This will be your anchor font. If you're happy with the look, duplicate the entire text layer to add the second word of your title. Change the text and reposition it beneath the first word. Repeat the process of splitting, styling, and selecting fonts for this second word. Once every word of your title is completed, make sure all layers are aligned and styled cohesively. And that's it! You've got a clean, animated title with a dynamic font-changing effect. I will see you in the next video. I'm going to show you how to create this trendy shadow text effect in Premiere Pro. Start by typing out your text. Break each word into its own text layer and stack them in your timeline so that each word is on a separate video track. This setup is essential for the shadow effect to work seamlessly. Now, let's create the shadow mask. Select the second text layer in your timeline and navigate to the Rectangle Mask tool under the Effects Controls panel. Position the mask so it covers only the section where this text overlaps with the one below it. Adjust it carefully for precise alignment. Once you've positioned the mask, increase the feather setting to create a smooth, blended look. This will soften the edges of the shadow, making the effect more polished. Now, select Invert Mask, and there you have it! Your shadow effect is starting to take shape. Repeat this process for all text layers, except the first one. Each new layer gets its own mask and inverted effect to maintain the illusion. Take your time with the adjustments to ensure everything looks perfect. Now that your effect is complete, feel free to experiment. Try changing the text color or adding subtle animations to make your project even more dynamic. And that's it! You've successfully created a shadow text effect in Premiere Pro. Let me know in the comments if there's another editing technique you'd like me to break down. I will see you in the next video. I'll show you how to create a super cool stretch pop-up effect for your text in Premiere Pro. First, select the type tool and add your text. Adjust it to your liking in the Essential Graphics panel to make sure it looks just right. Next, open the Effects panel and search for Transform. Drag this effect onto your text layer. Now, move the playhead to the start of your text layer. In the Effect Controls panel, under Transform, uncheck Uniform Scale. Set the scale width to 1 and click the stopwatch to create a keyframe. Move forward 3 frames, 1, 2, 3. Then set scale width to 125. This creates the stretch effect. Move another 3 frames forward, 1, 2, 3, and reset the scale to 100 to complete the pop-up animation. To make it look even more dynamic, uncheck Use Composition's Shutter Angle and increase the shutter angle to 360. This adds smooth motion blur to your text and makes the effect pop even more. And that's it! A sleek stretch pop-up effect you can save as a preset or apply to multiple text layers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. I'll show you how to create this jittery text effect in Premiere Pro. First, grab the type tool and create your text. Now, head over to the Effects panel and search for Turbulent Displace. Drag this effect onto your text layer. At first, it'll just look like a subtle wave, but here's how to bring it to life. Move your playhead to the very beginning of your timeline and go to the Effect Controls panel. Find Evolution, click the stopwatch to set a keyframe, and leave it at 0. Move the playhead to the end of your clip and add another keyframe. Set the Evolution to a value like 16 by 29. This makes the wave cycle 16 times during the clip. Now adjust the amount to 10 and size to 10. And that's it! You've got a cool animated text effect to spice up your videos. See you in the next one! I'll show you how to create a slow shutter effect in Premiere Pro. Open the Effects panel and search for Echo. Drag and drop the echo effect onto your video layer. Next, search for Posterize Time and add it after the echo effect. Now, go to Effect Controls and adjust the settings, as follows. Set echo time to -0.022, set number of echoes to 10, set decay to 0.75, and lastly, change echo operator to composite in back. Now, if we move forward on the timeline, you'll see this trippy motion blur effect. To make it even better, set posterized times frame rate to 6 or 8 frames per second. This step reduces the frame rate, making the motion appear more choppy, enhancing the slow shutter effect. And just like that, we've created an amazing slow shutter effect in Premiere Pro. See you in the next video. I'll show you how to create a video inside a text. Start by dragging your video onto the timeline. Choose a visually appealing clip with motion or color variation to make the effect pop. Next, select the Type tool and click on the program monitor to type your text. Adjust the size, font, and positioning in the Essential Graphics panel to suit your style. Make sure the text layer is on top of the video layer and extend its duration to match the length of your video. Now, open the Effects panel and search for Track Matte key. Drag it onto the video layer, not the text layer. Then, go to Effect Controls, find Track Matte key, and adjust the following settings. Matte. Select the video track where the text is placed, in our case, Video 2. This tells Premiere to use the text as a mask, revealing only the part of the video inside the text. You can also add a background layer under the text to make it stand out more. Now, play your timeline and watch as your video plays beautifully inside the text. And that's it! You've successfully placed a video inside text in Premiere Pro. If this tutorial helped you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more creative video editing tips. I'll show you how to attach objects to a surface in Premiere Pro. I've already added a video to the timeline and want to attach the Premiere Pro logo to the roof on the left. To do that, I'll first drag the logo onto the timeline, placing it above my video. Since the logo is high resolution, I'll scale it down in the Effect Controls panel. Now, to position the logo correctly, I'll click on the Motion setting in Effect Controls. This allows me to freely move the logo in the preview window and place it exactly where I want it on the wall. Next, we'll use the corner pin effect to adjust the perspective. Open the Effects panel, search for corner pin, and apply it to the logo layer. Now, in Effect Controls, click on Corner Pin. This will reveal 4 corner pin indicators in the preview window. Now, I'll manually adjust these 4 points to match the perspective of the wall in the scene. I'll drag each corner to align the logo properly, pulling one side down, another up, and tweaking the placement until it looks naturally attached to the surface. Once we've adjusted the perspective, if we play the video, we'll see that the logo stays fixed to the wall as if it were really part of the scene. Again, remember that this method only works with static footage. If your camera is moving, this won't work properly in Premiere Pro. Instead, you should use After Effects for motion tracking. And that's it! If you found this tutorial helpful, hit the like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more Premiere Pro tips. See you in the next one!